Stephen A. Smith and Robert Flores standing by. Tim Legler, Scott Van Pelt with you here on SportsCenter. We have seen both the Western Conference and Eastern Conference series completely flip the script. The Boston Celtics, you told me today that Miami would have to win this game comfortably. They need to be ahead big. I'm going to ask you about that in a minute. Chris Bosh is back tonight. LeBron, Dwayne Wade, 5-4 without him. Early on, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, go get it.
And they got Wade going early. 7 points in the first 4.5 minutes of the game is exactly what I thought the formula was for him to get him unleashed. But then he slowed down the rest of the half. Speaking
of get going, here comes Chris Bosh checking in. Doc Rivers checks over to make sure he's all right. Doc said, hey, I'd play him. And here he comes. Checks into the game. And Bosh immediately pays dividends.
Yeah, I mean, he's active. The guy can score. He's a pro. He's been an all-star. This guy knows how to play, even if he's been out 3 weeks. They got him the ball a couple of times early, hits a turnaround jumper, and then the activity with the three-point play.
And that trademark emotion after he gets hammered by Kevin Garnett. Crowd at times in Miami silent. He was getting them going.
Heat needed more of that emotion, honestly. That crowd was tense. Chris Bosh showed you some passion when he came in the game.
LeBron showing you some skill there. Shot it 25 times, made that bucket. They're up by 10. LeBron off glass, puts that one down. LeBron exerting his will, and then later, we have a problem in the front row. It's Amari's outfit, which we'll get to. LeBron backs up, and whoa, Amari, what's up? James with 18 in the first. Assess.
I can't even comment.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let's listen in to Doc. Bail us out, Doc.
The only way we're going to get multiple baskets, we got to get multiple stops at some point.
Celtics respond. James, baseline. Garnett, give me that. Here we go the other way. Rondo had a miserable shooting night, but he can do it so many other ways. Misses, but there's Garnett.
And Rondo, rough shooting night. And rough half for the Celtics, 33% here as they close out the first half, and yet they're in the game. That's where Miami had to be up 12-15 going into halftime when you hold with 33%.
Yep, and they had a double-digit lead, but it's only 2 at the break. Here, Rondo just a brain cramp.
Absolutely. There's no other way to describe it.
There's another way. Probably shouldn't say it on TV, so I won't. Ensuing Heat possession. Looked like maybe this is where the Heat will start to stretch things out. The kick, Shane Battier. Lucky they didn't call it a 4-point play.
Should have been an and 1.
7-point lead, timeout, under 2 to go. The Celtics begin to make a run. Rondo, one of his 13 dimes.
This makes no sense. This is after a made field goal, and this is the transition defense the Heat give you. They let Garnett walk into a 3-point play dunk at the rim.
60-60, 12 minutes to go. Michael Petrus buries the 3. He had 13. Celtics lead. Final seconds of the third. Again, it's a shot from the corner. It's not one of the usual suspects, Keon Dooling.
Role players doing their job. Petrus was huge. Dooling hits that one. Contributions from their shooters.
15-1 run. Celtics lead by 5 after 3. Down the lane, it's James.
I love the set. The down screen comes off the curl, catches it on the move, and doesn't even think. Just puts his head down and gets to the rim.
James catches in rhythm. You're a shooter. That's the best way to shoot, right?
Catch and shoot threes. I don't mind him taking. He struggles with the ones off the dribble.
Wade down the lane, left hand off glass. The Heat now back out in front. They're up 6. Boston's got to respond at the rim. A great block, but what a play from Rondo.
Incredible play by Rondo to not only bat this ball out to Petrus after a spectacular defensive play by Wade, but he hit him in the numbers when he batted it out to the corner. Absolutely great awareness and great execution on a broken play, and the Celtics create their own luck right here.
Such a critical moment in the game. The block ends up being a 3. Now it's a 1-point game. James down the lane. Garnett with a rejection.
Fabulous timing right here in Kevin Garnett. He just waits and waits till LeBron James extends and gets the block without putting LeBron on the foul line.
Off the miss. 50-50 ball. It ends up in the hands of Petrus.
Another broken play. Rondo got to that ball, deflected it to Petrus. You see the Celtics make 2 extra passes, and you end up with KG with his money spot, baseline 15-footer.
Garnett is a monster, 26 and 11. On the other end, James with a kick. It ends up in the hands of Mario Chalmers, the 1-3 that he hit. One of the few shots anyone other than James or Wade for the Heat took in the fourth quarter. On the other end, again, 50-50 ball. Who's going to get it?
Broken play. Ray Allen gets his knees dirty, gets on the ground, ends up with Petrus again, steps up, gets a wide open 3, but give him credit for knocking him down in a pressure situation.
Petrus with 13. On the other end, a remarkable shot from Dwayne Wade. It looks like it's going to get kicked. He hangs and hits, and we're tied. Now it's a Boston 1-point lead. Paul Pierce, miserable shooting night, but when it matters, under a minute to go, he buries the 3 right in LeBron's face.
Cold-blooded. There's no other word for it. A bad shooting night for Paul Pierce. He wanted to take that shot to end the game.
That means it's a 4-point game. On the other end, you saw Chalmers hit a three from that very spot. This one goes begging, and initially, I can't tell. We've got hands pointing in both directions. It looks like it's Miami's ball, but they take a closer look. Boston ball. On the other end, late in the shot clock, a miss. Here comes Wade the other way. Man, the block charge has been crazy this postseason. They call it a block, 2 free throws.
Yeah, typically anytime a defender goes to the ground in this series, there's going to be a charge. But that time, they saw Pierce sliding a little bit. They put Wade on the line.
Free throws from Allen and Garnett make it a 4-point lead. Wade for 3. No, Garnett quickly gets it out of his hands, and quickly this series has turned, and it has turned drastically in the favor of the veteran Boston Celtics. They lost the first couple, went home 1-2, and now just like Oklahoma City, they go on the road and win that critical Game 5. Worth repeating, this big 3 wasn't a spectacular night for them on paper, but how about this statistic? They've played 9 games as a group in a best-of-7 series when the series is tied 2-all. They are 9-0 in those games, and it's critical to get it. They got it, Doc Rivers, afterwards.
Honest question. How are you doing this?
Well, we're just hanging in there. Man, I tell you, they jumped on us at the beginning of the game, and we just told our guys, just hang in there. Just hang in there. Don't overreact. Hang in there. The longer we're in the game, the better we'll play. And it was really nice. Our guys, I thought our execution down the stretch, defensively and offensively, the different lineups we threw out on the floor, the going back to man and zone with guys that hadn't been in those positions. I got to say, I asked a lot of our guys, maybe too much, honestly, at times, and they came through, and that was terrific.
Bob Ryan, Boston Globe. A couple of years ago, you told Nate Robinson he was going to help you win a game with his shooting. Did you ever say the same thing to Petrus?
Well, the one thing you know about MP is he's going to shoot it. You know, he's been down this road before. You know, he played with Orlando, made big shots, had great defensive stops, is very comfortable. And the thing I loved, he didn't hesitate on either one. Kind of actually slowed down a little bit to gather himself and took 2 big threes for us. I thought the play that Rondo made, honestly, was absolutely sensational to get MP to 1-3. You know, it was on a long rebound or a block shot, and Rondo not only saved it, but he saved it towards one of our shooters. I thought that was maybe the biggest play of the game.
Doc, Mark D'Amico, Celtics.com. Obviously, MP made some pretty big shots tonight, but can you just talk to us about his defense on both Wade and LeBron, what that does for you guys?
It really helps us because, you know, number one, fouls on Paul, on Rondo, on Ray. He's able to guard 2s and 3s for us. It allows us to go small with Paul at the 4, MP at the 4, whoever you want to call the 4. And it's been terrific for us.
Can you describe what you were doing defensively in terms of switching defenses and everything else down the stretch especially?
Well, we just went back man and zone. And then the last couple of times we went man, but we switched everything just to honestly try to make it look like a zone, but it was a man. You know, they had a great rhythm in the first 8 minutes of the game. And so we had to do something, honestly, to just try to take them out of that rhythm. They still got some good shots that they didn't make, so that's one of the things we will have to fix because we can't rely on them missing open shots. You know, so that was it. We just kept mixing it up.